everybody, to another broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. We got some real important news that came out today. Assad, Syria's president, had an interview with RT. And in this interview, he said that, he basically said that if it takes physical force to get the United States out of Syria, he would use force. So it's, I think this is a precursor of something in the future. If the United States doesn't leave Syria, Assad said he would use force. So it's kind of looking like, you know, everybody's talking about Isaiah 17:1. The burden of Damascus, behold, Damascus is taken away, has become a ruinous heap. And a lot of theologians have been talking about Isaiah 17:1. Will it come true? Well, you know, every day the news comes out, you say, well, it's winding down in Syria, maybe 17:1, Isaiah 17:1 won't be fulfilled right now. And then something like this comes out, and then you start thinking, yeah, well, it could very well be come true. I tell you, it's amazing to see the scriptures literally jump off the Bible and appear on the news. Absolutely amazing. And it could, for Christians, it could be a wonderful time to be alive. Yes, there's a lot of destruction in the world. Yes, there's a lot of wars and rumors of wars. But the Bible tells us, when you see all these things, lift up your head and rejoice, because our redemption draweth nigh. And I know that's difficult to do sometimes. I know that's very difficult to do sometimes. But we're commanded by the Bible to lift up our heads and rejoice, because our redemption draweth nigh. I'm going to dive into this article. It's coming out of Reuters, and then I got a video backing it up from United News International. Here we go. Thank you.
Yes, this is an article I was just talking about coming out of Reuters. It's really forceful words that Assad is using. Coming out of Reuters, title reads, Assad raises prospect of clashes with U.S. forces in Syria. So once again, the tensions are rising in Syria. It seems like there's never no end to the conflict in Syria. Let's read a little of the article. Beirut, Reuters. President Assad raised the possibility of conflict with U.S. forces in Syria if they do not withdraw from the country soon. Let's read a little bit more. In an interview with Russia's RT international broadcaster, Assad said he would negotiate with fighters backed on the ground by Washington, but would reclaim territory they control by force if necessary, whether or not American troops support them. So President Assad is giving the hint that he will use force to get the United States troops out of his country. Now, like I was talking in the intro, you know, a lot of people have been talking about Isaiah 17:1, and I've talked about it numerous times, and so has other Christian broadcasters. I want to take a quick look. I know we looked at it before, but I think it's really important to look at it. 17:1. The burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap. Now, will we see this come true? Will we see Isaiah 17:1 come true right before our very eyes? I do not know the answer to that question, but it looks like it could very well possibly come true, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to be a warmonger or anything, but I think it could very well come true. And you know, all we have to do is just wait and see how prophecies unfold as God does his work in the world. And I got a video coming up immediately after this. It's coming from United News International, supporting what I just stated. I thank every one of y'all, before we watch the video, I thank every one of y'all for supporting Jerusalem's Gate. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I really do. And God bless you, and we're thinking about you. Let's go on with the video. In the name of Jesus Christ.
Syrian President Bashar al-Assad demanded the United States leave Syria in an interview with Russia today on May 31st. In the interview, Assad warned he wouldn't hesitate to use force to retake 1/3 of the country the U.S.-backed Kurdish forces control. Assad said, quote, the Americans should leave. Somehow they're going to leave. They came to Iraq with no legal basis, and look what happened to them. They have to learn their lesson. Back in April, Trump called Assad an animal after a suspected poison gas attack near Damascus reportedly killed dozens of people. Assad still denies the government's involvement in the chemical attack, responding to Trump's animal comment with, quote, "That what you say is what you are." The Syrian president stated his government had open doors to negotiation, but if they fail, force will be the only option left. For United News International, I'm Kimberly Caldwell.